So our next section we're going to talk about is a problem-solving plan using models. Now, that sounds all fancy. Basically, what we're going to be talking about is what makes math hard is not the math, it's the words. What do the words want you to do? And we're just going to review a little bit something you probably already know, and it's what certain words mean. So I'm going to say a math word, and you think to yourself before I say it what it means. For example, if I say sum in math, what do I mean? Add. Okay, here's another one. What about difference? What does that mean? Subtract. Very good. I know you are saying it right. What does product mean? Multiply. Excellent. What? Now this one's tricky. What is quotient? Divide. I think that one's weird because it's got a Q. We don't have that many words with Q's. How about more than? That one's add. How about less than? Ooh, subtract, right? How about times? Multiply. How about divided by? You're right, it means division. How about plus? Addition. How about increased by? Also addition. I got tricky there. How about minus? That's right, subtraction. And decreased by, also subtraction. And multiplied by means multiplication. All right, so that wasn't so hard. Now, so this is word problems. And one of another words that you sometimes have to translate is the word is. Is often means equals. Sometimes there's other words for, like, more than might be an inequality, or it might be that they want you to add. So sometimes you really have to just read it in context, see what's going on in the problem so that you can translate it. Another thing is you just want to be very organized with word problems. You want to list all your knowns and unknowns. You want to get rid of the words, figure out what formula you're using, substitute, and solve. And then the last thing you want to do is think, is this a reasonable answer? One time when I was teaching public school, I had the student who was a girl, and she had very long fingernails. And I came back and I was helping her with a math problem, and she was pushing her calculator, and it was a little purple calculator where the buttons looked like jewels. It was very bedazzled. And so she is pushing the buttons, and so I asked her something like, what's 2 times 4? And she kind of panics. In public school, you don't want the teacher too close, and I'm standing right there at her and breathing down her neck and making her nervous. So, it's okay that she kind of panicked and couldn't think of it. So she's pushing it on her calculator, 2 times 4. But her fingernails were actually hitting those buttons up here that do things like cosine and, all the crazy math that's up here. So she thought she was pushing here and she was pushing up there, and her answer was like, 7 billion. And so she just looks at me, 7 billion. And I remember thinking, teaching math is going to be harder than I thought. But, so always think, is it reasonable? 2 times 4, is it 7 billion? No, it's not. It's 8. So that's your last little bit to do. So let's do a word problem. You and 3 friends are having a dim sum lunch at a Chinese restaurant. I had never had that until recently, and I gotta say I wasn't a fan. Maybe it's because it was the restaurant I was at. Everything was kind of dried out and chewy. I'm figuring that's not how it was supposed to be, but I don't know, I've only had once. Okay. It charges $2 per plate. So the first thing I have is that a plate equals $2. Okay. You order lots of plates of wontons, egg rolls, and dumplings. The waiter gives you a bill for $25.20. I say $25.20, I think I did. Yes, I did. So that's the bill. See how we're getting rid of all those words and only having a few words? It's much better, which includes a tax of $1.20. Okay, all that's good so far. And it says, in this problem, use mental math to solve the problem. That's the place where I told you I'm going to diverge from this problems here. And it's because I don't want you to do mental math. I want you to get away from mental math and start learning to write everything down in an organized manner. Mental math was good. Now I do want you to use your brain and think, is it reasonable? But I want you to be able to figure it out more logical. Okay, so what I know is my total equals is the $25. So I'll write it up here. Okay, and how I get my total is each plate, and I don't know how many plates I have, but each plate is $2. So the number of plates I have times 2 would be all the plates, plus the tax. Okay, so now I'm going to substitute these numbers in. 25, 20 equals 2x plus 120. Now, there's going to be a way to solve this. And I'm going to show it to you, but I don't expect you to know it yet. Okay? It's how I showed you the other one. How you solve for x is by doing the opposite. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So, the reason why x isn't alone is it's being multiplied by 2 and it's got a plus $1.20. I'm going to start by doing the opposite of plus $1.20 with subtract $1.20. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Those work out. Don't freak out if you're not following this. You're going to learn it by the end, I promise. 25.20 minus $1.20 is $24. Dollars equals 2x. Why is x not alone? It's being multiplied by 2. What's the opposite? Divide by 2. What I do to one side, I do to the other. So x equals 12. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So I got 12 plates, $2 each of all the different things I tried. Now, so that was an example of a word problem, but we're really not up to understanding the math to do these word problems. So what I just wanted you to see though is that there are words, clue words, in the problem that help you decide what you need to do mathematically. And just remember plus means add. Those are the main things I want you to get from this section. We will get to those word problems. We will get to solving equations. We're not there yet. Some of you are, and you understood how I did that. Others are like, what's she doing? That's fine. We're going to get to it later. All right, that's it. Math is fun.